Good morning. Happy, amazing morning to you. And for those of you who are not watching this or listening to this podcast in the morning, you're just going to have to deal with it. It's called Amazing Morning, so I don't know how I can help you, but happy, amazing morning to all you morning people that are listening to it in the morning. We're diving into, again, the series is called How to Be Led by the Spirit in Your Everyday Life. There is so much of our lives that we are shortchanging who God is and who He can be in and through us to affect this natural world and our whole sphere of influence, everybody around us. We're missing the mark. We're missing the point. Why would He pour out His Spirit on us so that we could live the same way as we did before? Maybe pray in tongues once a conference every year or something like that. That is totally opposite of God's plan, how He's ordained you to walk and be led by the Spirit of God. All right, I got to hit this before I forget. Hi, my name is Josh Richter. Thanks for joining me today at the Root Bible Ministry. This amazing morning is a Root Bible Ministry. So is Intentional Mamas that Kate does on Wednesday or Thursday mornings. Wednesday night, tomorrow night, we're doing a Root Bible podcast, live recording, and then a Root Bible Academy online for preschool through adult, really, to grow together in the same spiritual truth across all generations. It's really fun. You got to check it out. Go to rootbible.com to find out more. All right, now let's get into it. We're kicking off with this verse. Again, Romans chapter 8, verse 14. For all who are led by the Spirit of God are sons of God. This is your reality. This is what God has designed you to understand. That if you're going to walk and live and enjoy and be really, even be part of what He would call family here in this world, you better be being led by the Spirit. What is that? What does that look like? Being led by the Spirit, we see in Acts 1:8. But you will receive power when the Holy Spirit has come upon you, and you will be my witnesses in Jerusalem and in Judea and Samaria and to the ends of the earth. God has power for you to walk in that is so supernatural that other people will take notice that this could not just be from your own wisdom. This couldn't be from your own creation, your own ability. This has to be from above. And that goes in every area. He's given us a supernatural power to have His supernatural wisdom in everything that we do. Everything that we put our hand to, every decision we have to make, every situation that arises, every relationship thing that happens, God has not given us ability to come to Him and beg and plead and wonder and hope if maybe He'll answer these prayers. No, He's already answered them. He's given us His Spirit, who has given us supernatural wisdom. This is what it says about Jesus. The same Spirit that rests on us was on Jesus. What does it say? The Spirit of the Lord will rest on Him. The Spirit of wisdom and understanding. The Spirit of counsel and strength. The Spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord. That is who is in you right now. This is who is resting on you, just like He rested on Jesus. It's the same Spirit. It's the same experience. We're carrying on God's mission into our world, into our spheres of influence. We don't have a junior Holy Spirit or a small sliver of the Holy Spirit that we're trying to divide up against the 5 billion other Christians in the world. No, He is in us in His fullness. And so when this word says that the Spirit of wisdom and understanding is resting on you, the Spirit of counsel and strength, the Spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord, that is your present day reality. That is who is with you right now. There is no lack of wisdom. There's no lack of direction. There's no lack of understanding. He's in you. He is the fullness. I don't have this verse pulled up, but it's either 1 Corinthians or 2 Corinthians. I believe it's 1 Corinthians chapter 2. It talks, verse 9 and 10, talk about that no eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind can conceive what God has in store for those whom love him. And it says, but the Spirit searches all things, yea, even the deep things of God. He searches those things out, and then he reveals them to us. He allows us to walk and live in a supernatural level of wisdom and understanding in our everyday life. This is what Jesus said. That was Old Testament. Let's look at New Testament. But the Helper, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, he will teach you all things and bring to your remembrance all that I have said to you. How many things? All things. How much wisdom is he holding back from you? No, all things. It's all there. It's all available to you. How much are you shortchanging the Holy Spirit, shortchanging God's plan by saying things like, oh, I just don't know what to do right now. I'm just not comfortable making a decision right now. I just don't think I have all the facts that I need to have. I just don't feel like I'm equipped for this. I just don't know what to do in this situation. I mean, there's so many things that could go wrong. I just don't. No. Notice how many I's came out in that? How many God phrases did you hear? How many trusting in God, relying on God? How many Holy Spirit wisdom phrases were coming out of my mind right then? Right about 0. That's not how God has designed us to live. No, he has designed us to present wisdom taught by the Spirit that supersedes or excels, goes so far above human reasoning, so far above human wisdom. Look at what it says here in 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 13. And we impart this in words not taught by human wisdom, but taught by the Spirit, interpreting spiritual truths to those who are spiritual. The Holy Spirit in you and through you doesn't just want to release wisdom for you to walk in. No, he wants to release through you the wisdom that's needed for everyone around you. You don't have a lack in your life of wisdom. You have so much of a super abundance of wisdom that not only do you have the wisdom for your life, but you know what to say and how to say it to help other people encounter God the way that he desires for each day. That's his plan. That's who he wants to be through you. Always. And people in the Old Testament, or in the New Testament, depended on that. Look at what it says. This is what happened. New Testament church, they're just stepping into how to flow with the Holy Spirit. What does it look like? And look at Acts chapter 6 already. They're putting a demand on the wisdom of the Lord to be revealed through the Spirit. Acts 6:3. Therefore, brethren, select from among you 7 men of good reputation, full of the Spirit and of wisdom, whom we may put in charge of this task. They had a dependence that if you were going to be full of the Spirit, you have to then also be full of wisdom. They go hand in hand. And you can see that it's not just that one spot. Here's another verse for you in Acts. On the negative side, but they were unable to cope with the wisdom and the Spirit with which he was speaking. So both on the positive side and on the negative side, when you're working with people that align with God's vision, you'll have the supernatural wisdom of God overflowing with you, through you, to help in everything that God has assigned you to do. Someone comes against you, negative side. Opposite side, I shouldn't even say negative side, because it's really not a negative side. God gets glory either way. On the opposite side, people were coming against him, trying to trap him in his words, and they were unable to cope. I love that. Not even just they weren't able to win the battles. They were unable to cope. Like they couldn't even handle this level of wisdom with the wisdom and the Spirit with which he was speaking. Let me put that up. And they were unable to cope with the wisdom and the Spirit with which he was speaking. That's who is in you. That's the level of wisdom that God has for you to walk right now, today, in his power. That's just, it stirs me up. It gets me excited. There is so much that he wants you to walk in, that will be unlocked as you tap into and you rely on the wisdom of the Holy Spirit to flow through you. But we have to see him as he is. We have to approach him as he is. We have to release the Holy Spirit and expect that wisdom to be there when we need it. And instead of relying on ourselves to be the answer for every situation, we turn our eyes to him. We look inward to the Spirit that indwells, and we're, okay, God, I don't know what to do here in my natural. You do, though, and I thank you for that. So I'm not going to get stirred up. I'm not going to step out of peace. I'm not going to let this steal my joy. No, instead, I'm going to overflow with your wisdom to know exactly what to say and how to say it. I'm going to have an amazing morning because God will be glorified through your wisdom coming through me today. That's going to be an amazing morning. All right, I got to hit this too before I go. If you haven't done this Holy Spirit reboot, scan this QR code, join today. It's free to enroll. It doesn't cost you anything other than time, and you're going to have hours of training from the Word with Pastor Kate and I on who the Holy Spirit is and how he flows through you. This is only, 10 minutes we've been going? 11 minutes now, I guess, now. And if you want to really dive into this, it's going to take more of an investment than that. So, scan this QR code, go to rootbible.com, go to the Holy Spirit Reboot on demand, because it's time for you to walk in the fullness of who God is for his glory. It's going to be an amazing morning. As he does things through you, as he leads you by his wisdom, message us, share us. We would love to celebrate with you. Find that also you can do that at rootbible.com. All right, I really got to let you go. Have an amazing morning. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.